Die or forbid falling.
Are we changing it up? We switching it up?
Opposite day here in Living
Opposite day.
Okay.
I think.
Die or forbid falling.
I mean, right?
Live.
Yeah.
or
No, I'm
Die
there
or
with it.
forbid fall. I guess.
Got it.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That works.
It's.
Took me a
I don't
second.
think it's got the same ring.
No,
It
no,
doesn't
sounds
hit
like something
the
you
same.
find in like a
Yeah.
shitty fortune cookie or something, you know?
I mean, at least you could actually say Doff instead of Ulf.
Listen, I love our Ulf, okay? Our Ulf is great.
Yeah. At time of
if our-
recording, I'm curious. Yesterday, I noticed the map that we're on right now in Foundry is called Starfield. Did y'all watch the Starfield Direct yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Emily's face
I'm
says
so
no.
sorry.
Have you not?
What
have
is
you
that?
not watched it, John?
Oh, I said yes.
Oh,
No, I'm the oddball here. I don't know what that is.
So, Emily, it's a new game,
It's the new Todd Howard game.
new Todd Howard game. It's the same team that did Skyrim, same team that did Fallout 4,
Todd
Okay, I
Howard
was
is a
gonna
very
say,
little
who's
known
Todd
director.
Howard?
Yeah.
Fallout 3, not New Vegas. But
Todd in his leather jacket have done it
Todd
again.
Howard
But it's-
directed Forrest Gump.
as
I
the
don't think
name
that's
He
accurate.
was the narrator in Arrested Development.
as the name Starfield would imply, there is a field of stars. So it is
Okay.
a science fiction
It's
game.
Skyrim in space, is what
It's
it is.
Skyrim in
Oh!
space.
Yeah, there you
with,
go.
Yeah, it took you
It said like 1,000
guys
plus
all,
planets.
like way too long to get to
I was
the.
trying to actually sell it because to me, somebody saying Skyrim in space, I'm thinking like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know,
No,
I
that
played
You gotta
sells
Skyrim.
sell the
for me.
sizzle, Adam, all
Yeah,
right?
like-
you know, you know.
That's the only
Okay.
thing that I understood.
Yeah, I saw her face like you were like Todd Howard blank. You're like, made Fallout and maybe not this Fallout, but the other
I said
Fallout.
Skyrim.
She's like,
It's called
He says-
build up to suspense, Adam, okay? Maybe he's
Yeah.
just promoting, okay? And learn something from this, all right?
Listen, okay, I'm a millennial. I don't have time for building suspense. Give me the info right now.
Spoilers, please.
I must be a
Anyway.
broken millennial then because like I want that.
You're not broken. You're just geriatric. It's fine.
Yeah, geriatric millennial. God, I hate that's actually a thing.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
My bones.
My point is,
bow.
I think this may be the closest that anyone's ever come to a Starfinder game, right?
well, you said that about Outer Lands.
Well, it's Obsidian made.
Outer
I mean,
Worlds.
At
this
that
is-
time,
this
at the
is
time,
kind of
that was the
this is
closest.
kind of the same thing, but way bigger, right? And way
That's what
more
she
in
said.
depth.
I mean, I don't know. I think it remains to be seen. You know, like I just at this point in the life cycle of video games and media in general, it's hard for me to like make any kind of assertions about something until it's actually hits the ground. so to
Okay.
speak,
All right.
you know?
All right. All right. I mean, that's fair, but we did get a 45-minute deep dive where they touched on basically every aspect of the game. So you can like
Cyberpunk. Nah.
Cyberpunk didn't come anywhere
They didn't
close
do
to
that.
They didn't
Okay,
do
they
that.
They didn't do this.
They didn't
Okay.
do it. Now I will say it sucks if you're on Xbox because it's going to be 30 frames locked.
Yeah, frame capped.
Don't do it. Don't get it on Xbox. Get it on
get a computer,
PC.
dog.
Yeah, you're going to have a better time. But I do think this conversation is relevant because it's a space-themed RPG. Mm-hmm. And here we are
Your
playing
boy
it.
Thirsty agrees with you for what it's worth.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, on Twitter he made the same assertions.
yeah.
Although he said he's like, yeah, this feels pretty Starfindery, but like, you know,
Where the
all
aliens
this?
at?
Yeah, where's all the
Exactly.
aliens
That
at?
was going to be the big caveat that I had was that like in this universe, in the Starfield universe, it's basically they haven't really discovered an alien intelligence.
That's the vibe that I got.
They're-
Is that
they're-
that's going to be like the story of the game.
The story
Yeah,
of the
like a
game is them
main-
touching on an alien because that's where the
Right.
magic is going to
Plot
come
rise,
in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's humans and then like non-humanoid intelligence, flora and fauna essentially on these planets, right? Like there's like, you think like No Man's Sky style space dinosaurs and stuff like that that are happening in you know, that are species that are present, but not anything that's like,
Sentient.
yeah. Well, I mean, man, you know,
Wait, hold on.
anytime
Which
you
is it?
say
Sentient
that,
versus sapient.
Sapient would be the
Yeah.
because sentient, like my cat's
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fiona is sentient, you know, but
but I'm not like sitting here having a
we
conversation.
can't have a
with her.
conversation with Fiona
Discussing
Yeah,
ethics
we
and
can't
morals.
we
That's just
can't
'cause she
hire
chooses not
Fiona
That's
to
fair,
perform
fair. She
a
just
duty
chooses
on
not
our
to
starship
respond.
crew. You know, that's the
A
thing.
duty. she would have a litter box.
Well,
Yeah, sentient is like having
I can't give her a
consciousness.
job. She's not going to pay taxes. Okay,
Bro,
that's
she'd kill all the space rats. What are you talking about?
okay.
got
All right,
this.
we're really.
I feel like you're
we're-
not getting the most out of Fiona, really.
Cats,
you know?
cats on ships are like
Just
that's
stick
a
a fish
thing.
bowl on her head, send her out in space. Come on, like you got it.
Yeah, I just think for the sake of like intelligent argument, like we need to accept
that's
the
your
fact
first
that
mistake
cats are
right
not
there.
people, okay? And that's what I'm talking about. There are no non-human people in the Starfield universe, as far as we know.
Okay.
Look,
All
Zach,
right.
it's not Fiona's fault she doesn't have thumbs. All right.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm not
is.
holding it against her, man. I just
She could choose to evolve, and she has.
feel like we're just like splitting hairs
Doesn't
in
have the drive
such
to
a
get
dishonest
thumbs.
way.
Look, I'm plumb out of
That's
rare
like
candies.
just
I don't know what to
101
tell you.
shit, you know.
Like, you know, you could be a Patra. You're just not.
You just
You're just,
gotta-
you're just
Exactly.
choosing not
Patras
to
are
be.
cool.
You know?
You just really, put some effort into being a Patra.
What's
You could
holding
do
you
it.
back?
Right.
So-
Laziness. Is
She could have coin,
Here's the thing, though, Zach.
Just literally built different.
Starfield, being a Bethesda game, same DNA as Fallout, same DNA as Skyrim, it's going to be modded to hell and back.
Yeah.
So who out there listening is going to make Starfinder races in this
Yes.
True that.
species.
game?
Species,
sorry.
Josh.
What'd you say?
I said races.
Oh.
Species.
I thought Adam
It's just-
said fishes. Fishies.
Species.
Yeah, we're using,
Yeah, you can
we're
make a
using
fish,
boomer
It's just the
RPG
new
terminology.
vernacular,
Sorry,
bro.
it's
It's just the new vernacular, bro.
The geriatric millennial thing.
Yeah.
Got that geriatric
Bless your heart.
TRPG vocabulary.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it looks like you can come very close to living out your single player
Maybe you,
Starfinder.
who only wants to play humanoids, but where's my furries at? You
Yeah,
know
where
what
them
I'm
furries,
saying?
yo?
You just have to. I promise you, the
Give
modders
it-
got you covered,
So-
dude.
Give
Give
it
it
a week.
6 months.
I was fixing to say, thank
6
God
months.
for
Give
the
it a week.
modders.
No,
because-
you want the high quality furry mods, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself short. It's worth
I
it to
won't.
wait for the best experience.
I want to see every bristle.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Meow.
But I mean, literally,
I'm gonna
it
wait
looks
for the
like
10th
you
anniversary
can,
edition.
Unlike in Live and Let Fly, you can actually salvage ships that you come across.
You can salvage and fly free or die, but you
Wait,
can't
wait,
salvage
Not in
and
Live and
live
Let
and
Fly,
let
okay?
Right,
I just
right.
let's clarify the parameters here.
There are rules for it. We're just not going to do
We're
it.
just not going to talk about it.
We're house ruling, opting out of that.
Yeah. I mean, do y'all not? That's obvious. Okay. I feel like everybody's doing that. That's the new thing. Opt out.
Only geriatric millennials do
Yeah.
the ship.
Listen, man, we're trying to
harvesting,
make it
yeah.
hip for
Room full
Gen
of
Z,
cherries
you
in
know.
here.
Cherries.
I think I'm the only one that technically fits that bill. I think all of y'all are pretty square in the millennial
No, I think most of us are considered, because that's the crazy thing. The millennial age range is
It's
quite
huge.
large.
Yeah.
It's a catch-all term for people boomers didn't like.
1981 to 1996.
Yeah. If
I don't know. Darwin defines it as those born from 1980 to 1985.
Oh. Well, then I'm not even a millennial.
Well, that's
No, that's a geriatric millennial.
80
Specifically,
to
it's the
85?
80 to 85.
Well, I missed
Hell
it by
yeah.
a year.
I missed it by
Yeah.
2.
Likewise.
Yeah, all y'all did. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm the only fucking geriatric in this.
Oh, okay. There's
Adam.
only one Jerry here. Okay.
Adam, why are you trying to take our thing from us?
Well,
Millennials killed geriatric millennials.
Oh.
They're just not labeling themselves like they used to. It's,
Yep.
Get in line behind avocado toast
and doorbells apparently.
Yeah.
And owning houses.
owning houses. Yeah, we killed that anyway.
Yeah.
So
You know what? Bless our hearts.
All of them.
what happened last time on the fly? Excuse me.
On
Die or forbid fall.
Yeah.
Forbid fall.
Nah, that's just not gonna.
Got it.
that's
It's
not
not. We're trying to make fetch happen. You think?
We're trying to make
It's
fetch
tough.
happen.
It's tough. That's a tough one.
Trying to
doing
make
it.
Doff happen.
I correctly predicted that the person we were interacting with was a Fey type gnome.
I believe you
That's
said
what
this is going to
happened
be
last
some
time.
fey ass gnome ass shit or something of the
Some
sort.
fake no mass shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something
I was
with
right.
multiple expletives.
And you know
and
what?
also accurate. Yeah.
That's what I appreciate about you, Heath.
That he reads the book before we start playing.
No. That he says
You all
things
know
like
I'm
fey ass,
too
no ass
lazy for
shit.
that.
You don't even read the books that you're running.
I want to be surprised.
I want to experience this with you guys.
I mean, that
I gloss
probably.
over 'em.
That's fair.
Look. If I were to run a game, you feel free to make that like quip at me because I don't want to have spoilers. I don't want to spoil
my
the thing that I'm
God.
playing.
Josh, this is
Bless
why
your-
you'll never GM a game.
I mean, that's why.
That's why. It's one of the reasons why.
I'm giving you an out here, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's why.
That's why. Yep. Y'all heard it here.
Dude, absolve you of the fucking burden.
GM duties. Duties.
Wow. You can't do that.
Twice in
Emily.
one episode already.
Yes, you can because it's a funny word.
Look, she
Adam.
can laugh
I know,
at her own
but, like-
jokes, damn it.
It's like basically saying penis. I said penis.
You did.
See? Look, you just got to make peace with the fact
See,
she's
look
going to
how
laugh
funny
at
that was.
the word. It doesn't matter who elicits it.
Or why? Or
Yeah,
how.
or why
why.
it's elicited. Just that it's elicited. All right? Even if it's close to the word, like weenus. All right? See? There we go.
See, I'm sitting here laughing at Emily.
This is a good time.
These it came up a while ago about
bet it did.
All right, Zach, go ahead. Let's go.
No, go ahead. No, what you got?
I lost all will to press forward with any meaningful
too long?
conversation. Yeah.
My stomach hurts.
So the thing that I remember was that Vincent surfed on top of the ship with a big ass like Moana
That's how
hook.
you remember it?
That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
I remember
That's
it
some revisionist
slightly
history there.
differently.
Yeah.
No, that's the gospel. I remember that
That's
too,
right.
John.
That's right. The
Surfed
gospel
on top of the
according
ship
to
like a
Vincent.
silver
Yeah.
fucking surfer.
You did not Teen Wolf the Independence. You more
totally
like the
did.
best we'll give you is that you Back to the Future did, but even then it's like kind of like making it cooler than it actually was.
With a big old hook.
Because it felt more like
Trawling the ship.
Vacation, where you were the dog that got dragged behind the car for.
In this nebula storm with this big old space whale.
Listen,
Yeah.
time is nebulous and so is memory.
It was
okay?
fucking
I'm
epic.
with you,
Don't
John.
you take it away from me, Jerry, okay?
Jerry. Stop it.
I'm not okay with this.
Regardless of coolness, he did hook the thing we were trying to get.
Damn
while we
right.
were strung along outside the back of
Y'all
the
remember
ship.
where you're at?
In space.
Yeah.
We're on the map called Starfield.
Finding stars.
We're near Vesk number.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6, or
one of
7.
them.
Definitely one of
Of
those.
all the
Roll,
Vesks,
hey,
we're near
roll a
one.
d10 and see which one we're near.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I got 6. Turns out it's not actually 6, though. It's Vesk 5.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
close.
somebody said that.
I did.
Yep.
All right, there you go, John.
Vesk
Proud of you.
5. Which, as you may remember, is I believe it's a, sort of a gas giant.
Yeah.
Right?
This planet is not like the others.
It's a purple
Yeah.
gas
It's
giant.
the weird one.
It
Yeah.
is wild
With
looking.
the onion moon.
Yeah, the actual moon itself, which is Vesk 5.1. You gotta love
course.
those
Yes.
Vesk naming conventions. They
efficient.
really,
Efficient.
yeah, they really like to stretch their creative muscles on that. There is a primary settlement on that moon called Quariskt. Quariskt.
Right.
Sounds like a Sheeran name.
If you have a better pronunciation for that, I would love to hear it. But Quarisk is the closest I can come up with.
Quarry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Everything's
probably
Is silence?
yeah. Everything past the I. The SKT is all silent.
Obviously silent. Yeah, totally.
But it's
Sure.
like they. I know you said gas giant, but like in the areas around here, there's a lot of mining, right? Like a quarry.
Yeah, but
I like the
It's a
one
big
what
old
Zach
rock.
said. It sounded like a Triscuit kind of. So-
Planet Triscuit. There we go.
Trisk.
That's where it's sticking. That's what's sticking.
primarily a Formian colony. But it's there is plenty of trade.
Triscuits.
Right. But now the interesting thing about Vesk 5 itself is that these massive storms come up all the way from the planet's surface and shoot all the way up into the atmosphere, right? And there's tons of very valuable star metals that are dislodged from these storms in the process.
They use cool nets to catch them.
They use cool nets to catch them, and we call that storm running.
because it's cool sounding.
Yep.
I like
And
it.
we got invited to do storm running.
After we whooped Space Age.
Invited? I don't necessarily think it's the right word. I think you've been voluntold, essentially.
I didn't get that.
Well, not because Eutraxo specifically is telling you have to do it. It's that I'm telling you have to do it if you want to get paid.
Oh. Well, all right then, because we do need money. We real broke, y'all.
Yeah. The other thing that's happening is y'all are broke as fuck in the common parlance.
Yeah,
I believe that's a technical term. Mm-hmm. Is broke as fuck.
You millennials.
Yeah.
I never understand what you're saying.
Nope, broke AF. That's how the millennials say it.
Yeah. Well, true.
True.
So, that is where we find ourselves, right? You did manage to rig up the net and fish wild magic out of the what is the word I'm looking for? Like the funnel of the of the storm, right? However, Eutraxo has basically said, my ship is out of commission. But Eutraxo will tell you how to set your ship up and what to do to get some storm running of your own done.
See, this is a win-win for us because whenever Eutraxo is gone, we can just go storm running whenever. Like, making money willy-nilly, problems are solved, gang.
Is it? It's less than legal, though, right, Zach?
I mean, like, what
If I
have
remember
we done
correctly.
that isn't
It's quite less than legal.
Quite less?
Very much illegal.
It's quite less than legal. Yeah.
Do you know what's also quite less than legal? Stealing a ship.
I'm not saying that we weren't going to do it.
Or
That.
like
Just
aiding and abetting
an enemy of the state.
just
enemy of the
context
state.
is all I was going for.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
well,
far.
I think we also littered at one point. We did like
That's
deposits
the
of space
worst.
trash. Yeah.
y'all don't care about the environment, man.
We're awful. Like, that's kind of...
Turns
Well, that
out
was like a dead drop.
we're terrible.
though, wasn't it? Like, we knew that was getting
no,
picked
we
up.
used the
space-
trash that we got from the space goblins as a distraction as we were doing the space race with the Winterborn.
Oh, well, that's fine. Somebody will pick that up.
Somebody will pick that up.
Somebody will come along and get that, man.
Oh, that's fine. That's not even...
Don't
that's
worry
fine.
about it.
Wow.
So that brings us to present day, right? To current time. We're caught up. You're in the Independence. You got wild magic in tow. Eutraxo herself is, as it says in the text, in a cheerful and excitable manner, runs through all of the basics of how to storm run. Okay? So, you know, she tells you this is a quite a perilous occupation, right? Obviously. And that it's going to require cooperation from everybody on the ship. Specifically the science officer, who will detect the minerals as they're rising from the planet's core with your scanners, okay?
Yeah.
The pilot will then, using the data that the science officer recovers, will then guide the ship on an intercept course with these specific star metals. And then we need a chief mate who will operate the net, and then we'll haul those caught minerals into the cargo hold of the ship. Okay? She goes on to tell you that stormrunners often have to wait days or even weeks for the right conditions to arise. But with this vortex storm right here, right now, we need to make this run immediately. Okay?
Is she, I assume, coming with
No.
on our ship? Or
She'll stay open with comms to talk you through it. Okay? So what that means is that I'll talk you through it. Here we go. It will not take you long to outfit the Independence in order to properly do storm running. So Vincent's not going to have to just like hold this thing. We'll set up a thing. We're going to hand wave that.
All right, Vincent, I think you need to get up out on the back again to try and hook up so we can, you know, I would grab the ship. We need you to do the same.
Yeah, Vincent would totally just lug that fucking same old hook and just go out there if need be.
So there's a pilot, a science officer, and a chief mate. That's what needs.
Yes. Here's some good news. If anybody wants to go to the back and aid the chief mate, you can do that on those checks. Okay.
All right.
But essentially, it only takes four rolls. You know,
but with three people, right?
Minimum
There's
of
only-
3
Yeah, with some aids available, right?
with an aid for the
so
chief
Roland's
mate.
going to go to Hestia and says, "Well, Hestia, looks like the time to see if our crew can operate without our guidance has come at hand. Would you care to go join me for some water? Because we don't have anything else to drink. And kick back and watch our crew handle this without any guidance or aid or communalism at all."
Aren't I the science officer?
Oh, no, I thought you were our engineer.
I'm both.
Oh, you have many talents. Well, I shall sit back. Morgan, would you care to go
Captain, I
have...
think it's very important that I'm involved in this.
Morgan, would you care to have some tea and watch as our companions handle this?
Captain, we're all out of tea, but I'd absolutely love a cup of hot water with you.
Hey, you know that water's reconstituted now, right?
Stop it! Stop it!
Yes,
Stop it!
yes. There are some things that we know that don't need to be said, Gadrick. No, I merely jest. I'm continuing to try my hand at humor, and I don't think I've quite got it
I
yet.
love the
but
continual announcements that you're trying to learn to be funny.
I
It's
gotta
just
stay
like,
consistent with the
Yeah,
character,
yeah.
you know?
it is funny that you keep mentioning trying to be funny. You know, the meta of it is just great. Because nothing is more, you know, going to ensure that process's success more than constantly telling everyone.
everybody, this is a
Absolutely.
joke.
I would like for you to know that I'm about to be funny.
Yes.
Anytime now.
Any moment, just you wait.
Okay, so are y'all ready to do this thing?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go storm running.
All right, so with your Traxo on the holovid on comms, talking you through it, right? She talks about, okay, the first thing you have to do is scan the storm. So you want to search your you want to use your scanners to find these specific minerals, and she tells you what to look for. So I just need a science officer to make a computer's check.
Okay. 34.
34 is a success. I mean,
I thought it
what's
might be.
You had a plus 15 to that? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well. And you rolled extremely high on that anyway. Very good. Tia, you have no issue pinging all of these star metals that are floating around this vortex, okay? All that information gets pushed to you. Gadrick, Eutraxo tells you, all right, now we gotta make the catch. So just fly an intercept course straight for any of these star metals. So, Gadrick, piloting check.
Let's see how it does. Please be all right. No, ooh, no. Wait, that
was a perception.
That was a perception check, not a
perception
piloting
check.
check. I was like, why was that only a plus 10?
Josh,
All right,
failed his
let me click
perception
the
check,
other
but-
skill that starts with a P.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, for a 17, not
You
much, if
rolled
any
worse
better.
and got better.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is a failure,
Oh, cool.
Gadrick.
Cool.
So you can try it again. However, the DC is going to increase as some of the debris that's getting pushed up starts to fall back down into the atmosphere towards the planet's core, right? So now you've got to recalculate all of your routes. And Eutraxo walks you through it. She says, you can do this. But it is a higher DC.
Morgan and Roland are like just kind of sitting back watching them do the work, and I lean over to Morgan and I'm like, all right, well, I certainly would have bet that the piloting wouldn't be the issue, but let's just hold back just a little bit longer. This is a good confidence building situation for our team, and I don't want them to feel like I'm always over their shoulder telling them what to do, but that was a little scary. That,
So it's all right. It's all right.
Okay,
Like you said,
all right,
this is
all right.
this is
Can I
all
roll a
part of it.
perception to see if Gadrick can
don't
hear that?
Don't worry about it.
He
Don't
did.
worry
It was
about
a 16, and it was terrible.
Well, if I heard that, it's like, you know what, Cap, I can hear what you're saying, and I
I'm
know.
not that
Turns
dumb.
out he's
my
got the
first
communicator
time.
turned on, you know?
I'm not that dumb. No, I'm not. I have a 10 in intelligence now, okay? I know how to work my communicator.
I'm basically a genius.
He's no longer always holding
I am
the comms
regular
button.
ass smart.
Yeah.
I am a genus now, all right?
He realized
I know
he
how-
can switch off his hot mic.
Yeah, I know how to have a whispered conversation with Morgan. Trust me.
Scandalous.
All right, well, I'm trying it again, and I'm using a D30 inspiration.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So I get one of those off of
I
my
think
sheet.
he'll be inspired more with this attempt. Let's watch.
Oh my God,
This
Cap.
water is immaculate.
It's so good. Let's lie to
so
ourselves
good.
some more.
Yes,
That
yes.
is a 17 on the die. Plus 15.
Ooh.
So
32.
32.
For 32. Gadrick, that is a success. After the passive-aggressive comments from your captain,
He didn't hear him.
you summon up the fucking gumption
The gumption.
and reroute that thing, and you will make a
You do
Clean
hear
pass.
the golf claps though from us as we're
Okay.
we're
Yeah,
sitting in
sorry
our
about that
sheets,
first
yeah.
pass. My arm cramped up a little bit. I just couldn't get it quite right.
Oh, it's quite all right. You're doing fantastic, Gadrick. We have all the faith in the world in you.
Even outside the world, because, we're not really on a world. You're doing great.
Right.
all right. Eutraxo in the comm says, okay, now it's time to haul it in. So, Chief Mate needs to make an athletics check. Obviously, you don't have to, but you're trying to get the timing just right on when you're cinching the net.
Right.
You know,
Now, this is the one
catch all
that I
these.
had some worries about, Morgan. I feel like Vincent could use some
One
help. but,
person can aid on this check,
not
on an
aiding.
athletics check, if you want. Nobody got it.
No,
I can't.
not on the first pass.
I mean, I could
Pass.
try, but I'm also flying the damn thing, so.
I got a 9 in athletics, so I think I feel
Oh,
like-
you're way better than.
No, I mean, like, I've got a plus 10, but, like,
Okay.
I'm also still
Gadget,
flying the thing.
You just focus on flying. Vincent needs this.
This is the highest DC.
Of course it is.
if somebody can aid, it'd
I
probably
mean,
be good to.
I'll attempt to aid, and
Okay.
And aid's
it's
not
it's
gonna
got to be
hurt.
somebody who's not otherwise
gotta be either Morgan.
engaged.
It's got to
Yeah.
be Morgan or myself.
Yeah.
Morgan's gonna stand up.
Morgan's gonna be like, Vincent. Roland's gonna be like, no, Morgan, really, let him try to do this on his own. This is important. Everybody has to have autonomy.
You know what?
and
You know
realize
what?
that-
I need to do a perception check. I want to see if I overhear this nonsense.
Oh my god!
You're in the back in the cargo hold.
You're not even by us,
son
bro.
of a bitch.
You're on comms with
And, like,
Utraxo and
I
with
seriously
the crew.
think this will be good for the crew if they can do it without the aid of their emotional support crew member and their captain.
All right, Morgan will sit back and sip the hot tea.
All
Just
right,
have some.
I mean, the
it's
hot
wa-
water,
it's wa-
excuse
it's
me.
water.
Vincent, no pressure, but
No,
you
no.
can't fuck this up.
For sure. Okay. Well, Vincent feels like he's got this.
Totally
Okay.
does.
He
It does
just claps
have
his
this.
hands together and just rubs them down together and just kind of because this is not an actual. I mean, this is physical, so he feels like he's got this. So okay, so that is a 12 on the die. So that is going to be a 21.
Yes, sir.
With a DC 20,
Oh, nice.
that is a success. And
You hear like
can
a
do it.
nervous. You hear a nervous purr, like little like growl come from Roland as we're watching, Vincent do the thing. But then he does it barely, and I'm like, I knew he could do it.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Yay, Vincent! Yay!
Good
Yay!
job, Vincent, on the comms. Look, you press this down so that they can hear us. See?
Ah, yes. And
Good job.
Morgan's just like,
I'm 140 years old. I don't need this kind of positive reinforcement. You know that, right?
but
Everybody could use some positive
Morgan's just
reinforcement,
like,
Vincent.
it's nice though, isn't it?
Take the
all right.
compliment. You're doing
It's
good.
all right.
okay, so I'm not gonna make you roll and roll and roll on these every time. You have learned the art of storm running.
Yes.
With Utraxo's careful guidance and your skills, you zip through the purple skies of Vesk 5, just catching chunks of all of these radioactive blue-green abyssiums, green crystal noquals, shining cycatites, and even some coppery horichalcum that careens up from the planet's interior.
Hell yeah! What are you doing?
Yeah. So
Hey, Zach.
you successfully managed to also evade the shard divers, who are running around here in the process as well.
I'm just really proud of you. You said all those words like they were just like easy peasy. I would have screwed that up real bad.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So Utraxo does ask for a ride, or ask you to, would y'all mind dragging the wild magic back to Quarrisk where I can get repairs?
Of course not. That is, by all means, something that we would do and will do.
Okay. So you do that, okay?
There'll be a 500 credit
Convenience
towing fee involved, though. We are low on gas, and this is going to drain us more than we're accustomed to. So, yeah, we like you, so we'll cut you a deal. 100 credits, tow fee.
Roll a diplomacy?
I will do.
I think this is totally fair, man. Like, dog, spot me some gas.
That's a 24 on the diplomacy.
Okay. She says, seriously? Okay, 100 credits.
I mean, it's a hard life out here.
Yeah, apparently it is.
Apparently.
That's way cheaper than a New Orleans tour.
As he's sipping hot water, it's just it's
Hot,
quite tough out here.
reconstituted water.
Yeah, you're right.
Captain, that used to be urine.
I know. I really wish we would
just
stop
you don't have to say
stating
the
things that
quiet
we
part
already
out loud,
know. Yeah,
you know?
right.
We all
It doesn't
know
make
it used
this
to
any
be
better.
urine, dude.
Yeah, like.
I
But
mean,
I am
technically,
thirsty.
but you don't. Yeah.
It was
okay.
sweat too.
He is
Yeah.
like just the most Captain Obvious. And it's just like so wholesome about it too.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
Like
is
she's
it's-
like really trying to like make sure that I know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing.
don't know if you're aware, but that used to be
it's like,
pee.
God damn it to you. Okay, so you make it to Quarrisk, you load up all the star metals in
Did
the
we
cargo.
get the extra 100 credits?
Yes, take your 100
yes.
credits, man. Okay.
Got it.
My
victories.
goodness.
Small victories.
Everybody, take 20 credits thanks to yours truly.
Yes. Can do.
You might be able to buy a 6-pack of beer or something, I guess.
Dude, be
more
better
than
than
we
this
got.
hot
Better than
reconstituted water. You know?
water, fair enough.
Like I said, that's way cheaper than
All
New
right.
Orleans tow. I
However-
got towed in an pre-show one time. It was like $300.
Oh my god.
However, Eutraxo does have a little bit of a hang-up. This wouldn't be a die or prohibit fall. God, that's so awkward to say, man.
It is really tough.
It's
yeah.
bad. It's so bad. This wouldn't be us in this show. One of these missions, if there wasn't a hang up. So anyway, Eutraxo says, so here's the deal. We can't just sell anywhere in the Vescarium. What we just did breaks about a dozen laws. Supposedly for our own safety, but we all really know what's going on. The Vescarium just wants all this sweet loot for themselves. Anyhow, I got a buyer. They're all lined up for you at the Vartycum Bazaar on Marixa. His name's Lindell. He'll take care of you, and then you can just send me my cut.
And your cut is?
30%.
That's pretty steep for you giving me shit about $100 tow fee.
Right, but without my net and my know-how, you would have done the job at all, right?
That's true. That's true.
You think 30% is not fair?
What? Just give me one moment. Crew, do you feel like 30% is a fair percentage?
Yes.
Yes, and moving forward, we'll be able to do this on our own. So we'll just call it a finder's fee. Oh, sorry. I was
Are we on open comms with her still right now? Can she hear what
you're
we're
all
saying?
here at
We're all in the same
Quarrisk.
space,
You're in the same
yeah.
space.
We're in the same physical space.
Can what was it? Eutraxo?
We huddled.
Eutraxo?
We huddled up.
Yeah, we huddled.
Eutraxo.
Eutraxo. Sorry.
You are
Brain.
standing in front of Eutraxo.
But
Okay.
we huddled. So obviously.
What? One moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, just 1 second.
Real quiet, and this may seem a little bit out of character as Gadrick, but I mean we could just tow her back into that, back where we found her.
No,
knows
we're
that
not going to
much.
do that because that would cost us more gas, and we're not being petty, but we could get more percentage. I'll try.
Look, I'm just trying to do what the captain does. I mean, 30%.
Just
I
like.
would just drop her off
I
back there.
appreciate
We don't
you
have to
coming
deal
more,
with she gets
more to my
0%.
way of thinking, but I don't want to actively screw people either.
Oh.
But we should try to maybe get a couple extra percentage points off this, don't you think?
I mean,
Or no?
yeah.
Would that be rude? Would you guys give me grief later?
Anything's going to be rude. Trying to get more to her.
Right. I mean, 30%, we still get
70.
70%. Yes, thank you. I was going to say 60, but I knew that wasn't right.
So close.
Yes.
It's completely average.
Just make it 25 and go from there.
All right, Hestia, are you all right with this, or?
Just take the 30. She taught us how to do it.
I mean,
fair.
if you guys
We've
want
yet
to roll a
to-
diplomacy,
Oh, I know.
Okay.
We'll see. I just want to. I want to.
You wanna
am
gauge
also
the
trying
room.
to-
I got you.
Yeah. I'm
Morgan-
also trying to be a better captain and offer this up as a diplomacy before I just go spouting off at the mouth and making decisions for us as a group.
And Morgan would say, well, we still haven't actually made contact with the person that we're supposed to be selling these items to. So maybe we just go with the 30 and we don't ruffle any feathers until we
And then
make
hazard
the full...
pay when it becomes a hazard.
I don't know that that's how that works, but I like where your head's at.
Yes, I think that's when we have better bargaining power. We then bargain after completing the job.
Give him a deal and and then
Then
fuck
we
him
did
later.
bargain.
All right, we've discussed it amongst ourselves, and 30% is
Head up and whips around from
yeah, like very, very suddenly and violently. Hello, yes.
Tail is whipping aggressively back and forth.
Yes. Like even like my little moat is like pulsing. No, that's 30% is great, and we are here to help you and make sure this all gets done efficiently and properly, even though it is a bit outside of the law, but that's all right for now. I would just like to say that this is all dependent on things going smoothly. We do take the right to renegotiate if things become more costly for us as a group. Fair? That's a fair agreement. I want to just give you a heads up front.
Okay. Roll a diplomacy check.
All right. Here we go.
Can Morgan aid in any form or fashion?
I mean, how? But sure. I mean,
That's
sure.
a 28. Don't worry about it. I got it. That's
Okay.
28.
So you
Smiling
Traxo.
aggressively.
All right. Eutraxo looks to Morgan, who is smiling aggressively, and then back to Roland, and is like, Well, I don't think you're gonna have any problems. I mean, I've already contacted Lyndall. He knows the deal. It should all be fine. But I understand.
I would like to believe you, but in our history, even the most simple jobs seem to go sour. So I just wanted to be fair and upfront. We are a business after all, and as long as everything goes as the terms have been stated, 30% is quite fair, and we'll take our 70%.
Doing great.
Yes, I have a 10 intelligence, everybody. And yeah, so just lead us to where we shall go, or give us the coordinates,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I'll
the
punch
next
in the
step
coordinates again. You're looking for Lyndall in the Vartycum Bazaar, and I have trouble saying it. I'm going to spell this for you guys.
I have trouble
VAR
hearing it. Yeah.
VARTAIKAM. I think Vartycum sounds awkward,
Vartycum,
but
I think that's
Vartycum.
right though. Vartycum.
Yeah.
Vartycum, right?
Yeah.
Not Vartycam, but
Vartycum.
More take him.
Vartycum.
No, okay.
Yeah. Lyndall, Lindol. Lyndall, she tells you, is a male dramata
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
who has a stall in the bazaar called Lyndall and Sundries.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where we're going to Marixa. If you have anything else, otherwise, our business is concluded here.
Are we still talking to the gnome?
Eutraxo?
Yeah.
Do you need to say anything else to Eutraxo?
No, I don't.
No. Then in which case, she shakes your hand, Roland. Pleasure doing business with you. Here's my contact info, and she pushes you everything you need to know. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Captain.
Yes.
We may have another problem.
I knew it. What is it?
I am from Marixa,
Right, and
was exiled from Marixa.
oh. And he just says, yeah, all he says is just, oh. And he purses his dog lips.
Sounds
tight.
like the stories there.
All right. And he takes a deep breath. And you kind of see his moat kind of like, it like pulses fastly, but as he kind of calms himself down, gets down to like a more stable kind of pulse, says, well, Hestia, I know you to be nothing but the most pure of heart, and you care about those people that you love. So what was it that caused you to be exiled, and what does that mean for us in our current mission?
That's several questions at once.
That's two questions.
Yep.
Even I can count that high.
Proud of you.
Sorry, that's levity. See, I'm trying to make this easier for you to discuss with me by using humor as a disarming agent. How am I doing?
Quite successful.
I've been reading How to Joke.
My concern, being exiled, is that the authorities on Marixa may not appreciate my presence and potentially try and apprehend me.
Right. Well, do you think that we'll be required to register upon entry there, or can we just slide in, kind of keep you covered and do our business and then get out, or?
The player, don't know the answer to that. I wouldn't think there's just like you go through a, security checkpoint, but I'm not sure.
Well, I think that with the appropriate computers check, Tia could forge any documentation that she needed to get through at least the starport authorities, Beyond that, maybe wear a hood or something when you're browsing in through the bazaar.
How long has it been since you were exiled?
A few years.
And Zach, aren't we kind of like trying to do this under the radar already?
Absolutely.
Anyway? Because
Absolutely.
we don't really want to be caught with what we have on
You're definitely not going to be declaring this cargo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morgan would pull out like 7 scarves and be like, "It's all right, Tia. We can just disguise you. We can wrap your face. We can kind of like, don't worry, this will be fine. We'll make it work."
Yes, in the movies that I've seen with Gadrick, often people will just put on a baseball cap with no logo whatsoever and a pair of shades, and no one ever notices.
If you just wear a Band-Aid across the bridge of your nose, they'll never recognize you. They'll be distracted by the Band-Aid.
Sometimes a hoodie.
I mean, hell, Superman just puts on a pair of glasses.
It's true. No, in all seriousness, stop the joking, everyone.
Oh boy.
I wasn't joking.
Right, except for you, Hestia. How are you? This is, forgive me for over asking and being over concerned. I know you've told me in the past just to press forward, but once again, we find ourselves asking you to commit to a job that has personal stakes for you. And I will always ask if this is something that you want to do, because you have to make that choice.
I mean, it would be easier if we would just quit coming around the Marixa Republic.
It would be easier if you weren't from there, but here we are. That's another joke. I'm sorry, that seemed.
We're working on timing. We're working.
Yes,
we're working
I'm
on
sorry.
timing next. Sorry,
Sorry.
Tia. It's really bad.
You know that I love you, Tia. I vomit in your mouth and all that.
Yep. I mean, we need to sell this cargo. That I have no moral qualms with that. Technically, we committed several crimes to do that, but I don't see anything morally objectionable to making money off these star metals, especially considering the Veskarium was just going to hoard them for themselves and their military pursuits anyways. That's not the problem. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that things could potentially go sideways.
Do you have family there?
Yes.
Would you like to visit them?
I don't think they would like for me to visit them.
Say no more. I will not press, though you know that my cabin is always open. Hestia, I do not think that you have to worry about being spotted. I think we've gotten quite crafty at evading those that seek us, and I don't think that you're actively being hunted. So I think that we can get in there, do our business, and get out. If there's anything that we can do to help you with some of these I hesitate to say scars, but marks of your past, we are here as your family to do whatever we can to make this easier for you.
let's just get it over with and get paid.
Indeed, we will get paid. I promise you that. And he puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "You know that you are safe with us."
Yes, indeed. I vomit in your mouth. And you can tell she's very, like, just, in her own head about this whole thing.
Sure.
There's a lot of baggage.
Yeah, and that's understandable. However, we do got to get this run complete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you load up in the Independence and set a course for Marixa. Thankfully, it won't take too long. Your trip is short. And that is a fish reference. And Adam looked at me and was like, yes, yes, I'm making a fish joke. Savor it.
That's like a deep cut too, bro.
Yeah. I know more about fish just from osmosis than I think that you think that I know. So, yeah. Anyway, you make your way to Marixa. We come out of the drift. When the Independence arrives in the Marixa Republic, you can all see pretty quickly why so many people call this planet the Jewel of Unity. It's a shining blue marble. There's vast oceans, lush continents. As you're pulling into the atmosphere, you can see all of this. Marixa is a temperate world. It's home to a wide array of species, all of whom work together to create this free and prosperous world. You can all certainly land at a starport, with... I'm going to hand wave any documentation that you may need to present, to get landing clearance. Because Tia is so good at computers, it's like, I don't think you could even fail it, right? So it's...
Right.
No problem. But for what it's worth, Tia... you
and
forged some documentation.
Here, so
right,
knows
exactly.
What the documents look like.
Exactly, and that's going to come in very handy, I think. You do land at the Vartaikum Bazaar, the starport near it. Right, this is, Tia, you would know, an ancient marketplace that dates back to during the Gap. At the time when
During
this thing,
the Gap, wow,
when this thing was formed, right? Tia, you specifically would also know that there's a pretty vast tunnel network that is used to smuggle illegal goods that runs underneath the bazaar.
Might have used it a time or two.
You might have used it a time or two, certainly, right? But you're able to land, you're able to get your documentation, handled, no problem. Tia's wrapped up in some scarves and sunglasses, a fucking Band-Aid across the bridge of her face or whatever. I imagine she's going all out, like way more than, like she probably looks more suspicious.
Drawing attention to herself, right?
Trying to be surreptitious, she looks extremely suspicious. Which I think is like right in that sweet spot where Tia should be. That's just my thought. Heath, if you want to scale back that disguise, please feel free. It's not a big deal. But that's the vibe that I'm getting as you all head out into Vartaikum Bazaar. So you stroll through the bazaar, you're looking here and there through the stalls, you're trying to find your buyer. And as you're walking, you notice that many of the shops and the stalls they appear to be closed, especially those that import from the Vescarium. So you may want to ask around, let me get a diplomacy check as you're all kind of asking around, like, what happened, right? Like, what happened here? Let's see if you can gather some information.
I have pretty good diplomacy. I'll certainly
Everybody
take it.
or just
Anybody that wants to. Anybody that
Okay.
I'm definitely going to give it a roll. And I'm actually going to use my sidereal.
Sidereal? Is it sidereal or side? I actually don't know
what
what
you said. Side drill.
Sidereal influence to get an extra D6 on top of that. Which all said and done still puts me in an 18.
I got a 24.
I rolled really bad.
Tia. Well, both of you are successful. For what it's worth, DC 16 on that. Gather information.
Right,
not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, but you both.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
You never
about,
know. You never know.
Well, if you're good enough at a skill like rolling bad, it isn't like if the task isn't hard. Like the rolling bad is you're good enough at that task inherently to do it, right?
So here's what you managed to uncover. As you ask, people are like, not so loud, not so loud. Hang on. You know, and kind of pull you to the side and give you a breakdown of what's going on. Essentially, just a few days ago, Marixa law enforcement conducted a mass shakedown of the bazaar.
Oh, no.
And they arrested anyone who imports or exports anything to Vesk 5 while offering no explanation. Now, Tia, you get a little more information, okay, with your 24.
Okay.
You discover a rumor that a mysterious official representing the Veskarium had ordered this crackdown, citing increased storm running as detrimental to the Republic's relationship with the Veskarium. However, none of the locals that you've talked to believe this reasoning and actually suspect that the arrests served as fronts to capture a specific target. But that's all you know. Okay? So, after learning all of this, you do make your way to Lyndall and Sundry's, the stall, right? You get directions, you know, you get there. And I'm sure to no surprise, you find Lyndall and Sundry's closed and empty.
Son of a bitch.
And we'll see you.
God,
Oh man.
at least we made 100 credits.
Right.
There's that! $20 each.
Call this an absolute win.
It's a win.